Hello, today I'm going to talk about safety in the therapeutic relationship. And as we know, safety is very important because when clients feel safe, and not just a sense of safety in their sense of feeling understood or um, that we are there with them, but safety also regarding their level of activation, their uh, capacity to stay within their window of tolerance. It's very important because if we promote safety, then they can explore their inner world and all of their um, feelings and parts and everything that is still needed to be processed. So we achieve safety by many different ways, and some of them are very basic, and we all know through an explicit therapeutic contract where we have explicitly explained about um, what the therapist role is going to be, um, about fees and payment and cancellations, our policies about these, also absences or vacations, how to handle these, contacting between sessions, and what to do in case of emergencies. So if clients have a very clear sense of what we expect of them or what they should do in any of these situations, that is also a way to provide a sense of safety. Also honoring our boundaries, and especially with the starting and ending time of our sessions, and not extending ourselves beyond our role as a therapist, uh, regardless of whatever they might request of us. Also, if always acting within the competency um, of our specialties. This is very general, but now if we think of more neuroregulatory interventions to provide safety, we have to be aware of how the nervous system works. And especially for trauma survivors that tend to experience triggers in the here and now and relieve the past through implicit memory, uh, we need to be aware of that and recognize signals of dysregulated arousal through bodily sensations and also through dysregulated emotions. So we need to be able to recognize in the here and now when they're with us these patterns of dysregulated arousal. Whether if it's hyperarousal, they might be agitated, talking fast, short of breath, maybe blushing and colors, or um, breathing rapidly, or just restless. Those could be signs of hyperarousal, so that we don't continue letting them talk about whatever they are sharing, because at that time what they need is for us to help them regulate and come back into the window of tolerance. Or if they are in hypoarousal, we also need to be able to recognize the signals that they are getting a bit too overwhelmed and the parasympathetic system is kicking in. Maybe they start to get confused, like disoriented. They might not hear what you just said. They might start to feel a little droopy or flaccid in their body. They might also get to speak in a monotone voice. So, recognizing these signals of hyperarousal or dissociation are also very important, because then we can use neuroregulatory skills to help them return. And what are these neuroregulatory skills? Well, we need to teach them, psychoeducate them about these processes, as they have been adaptive ways of dealing with overwhelming or dangerous situations, but also that helping them realize or normalize for them that these patterns of dysregulated arousal tend to happen at any time, so that what we're going to do is we're going to teach them. So we need to psychoeducate them about this. We need to teach them the difference between an emotion and a body sensation, so that when they get dysregulated in their nervous system, we can tell them to maybe drop the emotion for now, and let's pay attention to maybe how they feel that fear or that dread or that despair in their body, because then we can use a somatic intervention, like a somatic resource, to help just stay with the somatic experience and put aside other elements of their experience like cognitions or emotions that could further dysregulate their system. So contacting their in the here and now their agitation and helping them mindfully stay with that mindful awareness and slowing down of one element of their experience at a time can help prevent dysregulated arousal. They might feel safer uh, in the room with us and also with themselves. So titrating the amount of information, not letting them go beyond what their bodies, what their nervous system can handle at a particular time. But it's our job to monitor these peaks in arousal and not letting them go beyond what their bodies can integrate at a particular moment. Also, just even without content, just many times being in the room with us, especially for trauma survivors, could be already evoke this dysregulated arousal, because maybe being in the room already might prompt them to feel like they have to talk about something different, or being in our presence, or feeling trapped in an enclosed place. Anything can be a trigger for them. So exploring the triggers in the environment for them, even without content, just being in the room, how is it for them, letting them choose where they prefer to sit. Maybe they prefer to sit facing a window or facing the door, because this might facilitate a sense of escape, that they could perform the flight response and they might have a way out if they needed to. So letting them choose where they want to sit, and also experimenting, always evoking the exploration system and the curiosity, the collaboration system. It's going to help them feel safe as well in regards to the physical distance with us. Um, Even though we might think that our physical distance is safe, it might feel safe for us, but for their bodies or their nervous systems might feel overwhelming or intrusive. So we can help them play with the distance of their chair, their position of the chair. Maybe sitting a little bit to the side might feel safer for them, for their bodies. Or we can let them modulate the quantity of eye contact they can handle. So we can validate if they need to avoid eye contact, and we can continue to be there for them, but they can freely choose to deviate their eye gaze on us as a way to self-regulate. Many times they already do that, but we can reinforce it. Like, it seems that uh, every once in a while you need to look away or look down, and I wonder if this helps you feel safer. So whatever we think they're already doing to try to regulate themselves to feel safe with us and in the room, we can definitely be curious about it, normalize it, validate it, and encourage them to use it at any time. Also, we can have props in the room like pillows or blankets, and many times they can just have a cushion right there in front of their belly and hug it, and feel their back against the back of the chair. And this can provide their bodies a sense of containment and usually helps to bring arousal down and feel more present and more in connection with themselves. So as they maybe play around with a cushion or with a blanket or with feeling their feet on the floor to get a sense of feeling grounded, notice for signals also of um, them being regulated. Perhaps they take a breath, or their muscles relax, or they have a more open posture, or they can move in their chair a little bit more freely instead of being tight. So track for these signals in their bodies, and you can contact those. It seems that with the pillow here, you take a deeper breath. Do you notice that as well? And maybe if they start to be aware of what helps them feel better, they might automatically start to do more of that, and that could reinforce a pattern of auto regulation. So, besides titrating the amount of information at a particular moment, or monitoring their level of arousal, and putting aside elements of their experience like cognition and emotion until they can handle and staying just with the somatic experience mindfully, and the use of somatic boundaries and the distance, the therapeutic distance, you can also, it's important that we go at their pace. And this is hard because we've been paid as therapists to do therapy and to do effective work, and all of us we have this desire of clients achieving a lot in sessions, and many times we might have an agenda, a hidden agenda, without even knowing, because we feel that guilt for maybe if we go too slow, they might not feel like their time and resources are worthwhile. But with trauma survivors, it's very often important to be mindful at their pace, not go faster than what they can manage. So maybe just evoking a little bit of arousal and just helping them get a felt sense experience of being able to manage it by us slowing down, slowing our prosody, helping them embody a somatic resource. This could help feeling safe. So not going beyond what they can go, and going very slow. And also, very much a part of them feeling safe might have to do with our our own nervous system. We know about mirror neurons. So you see how I'm talking on a very slow pace, and using my social engagement system with a smile, with the tilting of my head and the intonation of my voice, and trying to be relaxed in our own bodies. If we are relaxed, contained, present, if we use our prosody to modulate their arousal, that could also help, at least not add to their already dysregulated state. And we can help with our prosody to regulate it down by slowing down. Or if they start to feel really droopy, we might have to pick up our tone of voice and our prosody and our movement. So maybe we can help also up-regulate if needed. So our own bodies are also our best tools to help in this endeavor. So remember, safety is first. Safety in the room, safety in the therapeutic relationship, and safety in the client's own body. So from here, if they feel safe at a physiological level, at a somatic level, they can then be more able to explore other aspects of their experience that might need to be explored. Thank you.